Hey everyone, let's jump right into today's explainer because we're unpacking something absolutely wild. It's a piece originally written in Odia called Mun Mobile Kohuchi, which translates to I am the mobile speaking. And look, instead of just giving us another boring lecture about screen time, this text does something literally cinematic. It personifies your smartphone. You know, the thing you're probably holding right now. It turns it into an Asura, a literal demon, a master villain with a super calculated, menacing plan for your life. We're going to break down this chilling message, look at exactly how this digital villain operates, and then get to a pretty massive twist at the end. Get ready, because this is going to completely change how you look at the device in your pocket.
Right out of the gate, the text drops us directly into the mind of this villain. The opening is just chilling. It says, I am the mobile speaking. I will steal your childhood. I will also steal your youth. You will grow old before your time. Wow. I mean, it's spoken with this cold, calculating persona that instantly hooks you. Notice it doesn't say, oh, I might distract you. Nope, it says, I will steal from you. Framing the phone as a conscious, predatory entity makes the threat feel so immediate. It's a brilliant setup. The phone is basically declaring a quiet, invisible war on our most precious resources, our time, our youth, and our energy.
So how does this Asura actually pull this off? Well, let's dive into Section 1, the internal takeover, which is all about stealing youth and health. Before it messes with your outside world, the phone starts its attack on your actual biology. It promises to literally steal your youth by systematically wrecking your physical health. And the text lays out a very specific 3-step plan. Step 1. First, I will destroy your eyes. I mean, think about the endless hours of blue light and screen glare we just accept every day, right? Then, Step 2, then I will steal your sleep. It messes with our circadian rhythms, keeping our brains firing on all cylinders when they should be resting. And finally, Step 3, gradually I will destroy your health and make you completely lazy. The source specifically notes that the phone makes sure you have zero time to play or exercise. It's a total domino effect. Vision, then rest, then your overall physical drive. By making you physically lazy, it basically stops you from fighting back or even wanting to engage with the real world. And this brilliantly illustrates how the phone gets its power. It's literally a zero-sum game. Just look at the contrast here. On one side, you have the user's shrinking life. The text is super blunt, saying, I will have your efficiency. You will do less work. But where does all that lost time and energy actually go? Well, it feeds the phone. The text says, you will look at me more. You will become addicted to me, and I will begin to rule over you. The dramatic irony is just wild. We buy these things thinking they'll make us so much more efficient, but the source argues the exact opposite. We're willingly trading our life force to feed this device's absolute rule over our attention.
And to really drive home just how absolute this rule is, the source points out something that's honestly kind of absurd but totally terrifying. It warns, the time will come, I will remain your inseparable companion 24 hours a day. I will even be with you in the bathroom. Yeah, that's where the whole Asura metaphor hits a little too close to home. Think about it for a second. Historically, humans have always had at least some space for total solitude. But this digital entity, it refuses to leave your side. It infiltrates the most private, intimate spaces we have. This complete lack of physical boundaries is the ultimate proof that the internal takeover worked. There is literally nowhere you can go where the Asura isn't right there with you.
Once that internal takeover is complete, the master plan scales up. Let's move to Section 2, External Destruction, focusing on shattering relationships and trust. Having conquered you personally, the Asura now targets your family, your community, basically the whole fabric of your human connections. The source channels that super villainous tone again to list out its methodical destruction of our social lives. And these claims are heavy. It says, I will destroy your marital life. It claims it will make everyone a liar and break the trust of the family. Honestly, how often do we see people hiding their screens or just ignoring the person sitting right across from them for a notification? The text goes even further, warning, if necessary, I will shatter your dignity and self-respect in society in a moment. One wrong post, one leaked message, and bam, your reputation is gone. And then, the ultimate flex, I will ruin the lives of your future generations. It just methodically tears apart genuine human bonds and replaces them with a glowing screen.
All of this leads to what the source calls the absolute peak of the phone's control. The text says, I will turn you into an undeclared mental patient. What a wild, evocative phrase, right? It's not talking about a clinical medical diagnosis, it's describing the very specific psychological state of modern addiction. It's those phantom vibrations you feel in your pocket. It's that sheer panic when you realize you're at 1% battery. It's the fact that we can't just sit alone with our own thoughts for 3 minutes without reaching for our screens. You might be functioning in society, going to work, walking around, but internally, your mind is totally under its spell. You are an undeclared patient, just quietly suffering under total digital domination.
Okay, so we really have to pause here and ask a critical question. We've just walked through this complete horror story of internal and external destruction. So is this Asura truly unstoppable? Is the phone just this all-powerful demon that has completely sealed our fate? The text builds up this massive, intimidating villain, but it does it to bring us to a really vital crossroads. If the phone is the villain, who is actually enabling it? Let's take a look at the ultimate twist the source gives us.
So, who's really running the show here? This brings us to Section 3, the power of choice and reclaiming autonomy. It turns out this isn't a story about inevitable defeat at all. The author brilliantly flips the script on us. We transition from this illusion of the phone's ultimate power to the reality of our own responsibility. After all these dramatic threats, the persona of the phone suddenly breaks character. The text actually reads, "I have both advantages and disadvantages, so friends, use me with caution and wisdom." The illusion drops. The phone admits, hey, I'm not actually a demon. I'm just a tool. A super powerful tool with extreme pros and cons, sure, but still just a tool. The Asura only exists if we hand over our self-control. The source is basically shaking us by the shoulders, asking us to wake up from the spell, practice some mindfulness, and consciously choose how this tech fits into our lives. We have to stop letting it dictate our lives.
And that brings us to the source's powerful, lingering final thought. The text concludes with this: "The decision is yours. Om Shanti." Om Shanti. It's this profound invocation of peace. What a crazy contrast to the chaos, sickness, and destruction the phone was threatening earlier, right? This ending places all the responsibility right back on our shoulders. The phone is sitting in your pocket right now, just waiting. Is it going to be your tool, or is it going to be your master? The Asura only has the power that you give it. The decision is entirely yours. Thanks for joining me for this explainer today, and honestly, right now might be the perfect time to put the phone down and go enjoy the real world.